It is day 3 of the 5-day reading breakthrough. Are you guys excited? We've seen some amazing results from our star student doing our core activity, Switch It, and amazing results from you all. So I'm really glad you're here. I'm Dr. Marnie Ginsberg from Reading Simplified, and if this is your first time checking us out, don't worry, you can still catch up with this cool event that we're doing. Just sign up. Greg will show you the link, and then you can get the goodies and learn how to do this one game. Yep, we're just teaching one game all week. It's a very powerful game. It's like the number one decoding hack that we use here at Reading Simplified. And our mission at Reading Simplified is to streamline reading instruction and accelerate student reading achievement. And I'm not seeing any no sound, so I think I've got it fixed today. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for saying hello. We've got folks coming to us from Montreal and Australia and South Dakota, kindergarten, special ed, grade 1 and 2, California interventionist. Welcome, Faria, Colleen, Lisa, Jessica, Amy, Crystal, Margaret, Jody, Sherry, and more. Thank you for being here. Let me put that link down here. We've got a big night tonight. If you're able to stick around to go a little bit longer, I'm going to let you have the access to, that's kind of wonky, isn't it? The information about a discounted price and some bonuses for the Reading Simplified Academy. So, who has a success to share? I would love to ring my bell for someone who has some success to share already. Maybe you've tried Switch It Out once, twice, 3 times. Maybe you want to share this right now or tag someone so that they can see what's going to happen. Do you think our star student is going to do better today? We've even got Rhonda coming to us from Tokyo. Very cool. And I've got a overlay problem. Maybe we'll just be kind of fun-loving like that. And Maui, aloha. That is very wonderful. Okay, start sharing your results, okay? I've got some in my slides, but I want to hear from you. Hey, Amy, thank you for being first up. Way to go. Your students did so well with the contrast of vowels, A and maybe O. Well done. Are you guys ready to get into this? Day 3. And we've got some great help in the chat, so don't worry about if you've got questions. You'll get help from me, and certainly, if not me, then from someone in the chat. Let me see if I can find the right slides. Ta-da! Okay, so you're in the right place for the day 3 of the 5-day reading breakthrough. Like I said, you can still sign up and you can catch up, but those of you who've been participating all week long have the chance to win some bigger prizes. Way to go, Jody. So excited. He is learning so much. Woohoo! Oh, here's some other ones. Thank you for sharing. Crystal. I noticed my daughter knew more sounds than I thought, and her blending skills had improved. How do you think I can turn that? You'd think with my fingers I'd be able to turn it. Why did it go cattywampus? This has been a tech challenged event, so I apologize. Think about, but maybe there's a little comical element to it. Think about that kid that we started this week with. Who are you concerned about? Not reading well? That's why you're here. What is it that you want for this student at the end of this week or after you've learned even more and more about reading? What do you want for them? Because you don't want them to be struggling. You don't want them to resist. You don't want them to be feeling like a failure in reading, right? That's why you're here. And one of the most amazing things that we offer here at Reading Simplified is just the power of one simple activity, Switch It. If you have students with any of these issues, it will solve them almost entirely. them started. Boost off like a rocket ship. If they're weak in phonemic awareness, switch it as your ticket. If they're weak in phonics, this is your ticket. If they're weak in learning words by sight, this may be the answer. If they're poor in early decoding or early spelling, and maybe if they're not even fluent, switch it should be the answer. You all are seeing this. Another secret that we talked about on day 1 was that a lot happens with Switch It. You don't have to do these skills in isolation. We're integrating them simultaneously. That is the power of Switch It. Even though it's super powerful, it's only one element of a comprehensive lesson, and we teach a comprehensive lesson here at Reading Simplified. And if you want to join the Reading Simplified Academy, I'll give you access soon at a discounted rate with some bonuses, so you can put the full 3-part lesson plan together. But in alignment with our brand, it is still a very simple 3-part lesson plan. This is all you've got to do. Rereading for fluency, a couple of word work activities, and guided oral reading. Switch It is just one very pivotal but part of the big picture. Here's where we're going to head today. I want to hear more from you guys. How did Switch It go? Day 1, day 2, day 3? Share. We're going to pick our winner, which I think I've got it downloaded, but I didn't install it, so that'll be a trick. Then we're going to have our teaching tip of the day. Challenge their phonemic difficulty. Then, of course, we're going to see our star student. His 3rd day, he was at CVC words for Monday and Tuesday, and he learned 3 short vowels. What do you think will happen on day 3? Then, for those of you who can stick around, I'm going to offer the special opportunity for joining the Reading Simplified Academy, and then we'll draw our winner. So we've got a couple different types of winners. For those of you who comment today, you can be entered into the drawing later on from amongst the names who are commenting. And but we also have another winner that is for the people who've done the homework. Diane says, teachers at my school are thrilled that I'm tutoring 2 of their low kids that they don't know what to do with. Yes, Switch It is the beginning of that answer. Way to go. That's awesome to hear. Here are some of the results that I picked up earlier today. Maria said her student, Johnny, was able to switch between short A and short I. That's awesome because that is our teaching tip from yesterday or 2 days ago. He felt successful. I think it was yesterday. He felt successful with CBC today. And then Sarah said the girls were so excited to see how they were doing. How many of you have found that your kids feel successful and they're motivated? Now, one of our students has almost 5 consonant sounds and a short vowel. So all of these things are really good. And here we've got Lisa sharing, after playing Switch It with a 3rd grader she chose, this 3rd grader was able to look at the letters and blend CVC words in a decodable with confidence. Amazing. See, Switch It isn't even a blending activity, but it builds whatever undergirds the ability to blend, because we're doing so much of the fundamental sub-processes that are needed to be able to read real words. Okay, should we pick our day 1 winner, day 2 winner? This is for someone who entered their homework. They needed to say who they were working with and what they did. And let me just pull this slide up. Greg, thanks so much for finding this. I just made a mistake and didn't upload it like a goofy person who's overextended. So give me a second. You know what I'm going to do? Whoops. Sorry about that. Let me just pull it off, and while I hear from you guys, okay? It's your turn to be doing the teaching, okay? So Jennifer, see what Jennifer has to say? Ooh. How many of you can second what Jennifer says? Learning faster than you anticipated? Not bad, right? She's using the minimal pairs or the compare contrast, the paired contrast, which we talked about yesterday. All really, really important stuff. So I've got my winner now. Let me see if I can get it into the right spot. I apologize. There's a lot of moving pieces to this, but this is fun. This is what Greg did. This is Can you tag her, Sarah? Do we catch her name? Hopefully you got her name and you can tag her and let her know. What is she going to win? That may be what everyone's wondering. Let's pull it back up and see what the prize is. If you don't remember, yesterday we talked about a whole set of phonic book decodables. The Dandelion, very cool. From Phonic Books, they're a great partner of ours. These are beautiful books that are in alignment with a Reading Simplified approach. So Sarah's going to be one of the lucky winners for just doing her homework. And if you do all 5 days of homework, you will be entered into our grand prize. We'll announce that on Saturday. It's going to be all of these goodies. Some phonic books, a set of phonic books, the binder here from Reading Simplified, which is 340 pages of decodable text and activities for pre-K to kindergarten. Pre-K to kindergarten. It gets up pretty high, mostly into the first grade level. And today, for day 3's homework, we're going to be giving away this massive set from Literacy Hill. It's called her First ABC Toolkit. Her stuff is beautiful, and it aligns with how we teach here at Reading Simplified. It's a speech to print or structured linguistic literacy approach, and this will be a digital download, a massive one, for anyone who has the chance to be have their name drawn for day 3. Sounds good? I love that you guys are sharing your wins. Thank you so much. Here we go. Keep going. Grand prize. Just do 5 days of homework. If you are behind, you can go backwards and still be entered into the 5 days. Don't forget, you're here maybe because you've got the free access. That'll give you a lot of goodies that'll enable you to jump into this 5-day reading breakthrough. You can also get the VIP experience for $19.97. Greg can drop the links. That'll be the replays, a workbook, and a Q&A with me 5 days in a row. Now let's get into the stuff we've been teaching. Switch It's so powerful, but there's some tips that we want you to learn along the way. One of them is that what it's doing. It is putting all of these skills together, weaving them together, not isolated compartments or boxes or separated blocks. We think about Switch It and all of our core word work activities as if we're weaving together multiple skills simultaneously. Then we talked about the power of paired contrasts, not just doing all week and mat, cat, fat, sat, but having to go back and forth between cat and caught to got and then to get. Anytime you have to alternate every position of the word, specifically short vowels, which seem to be the thing that trips kids up, you learn more. So we are asking ourselves this diagnostic question along the way. Can I add more letter sounds tomorrow? This is how we get the acceleration. We're not just going lockstep through lists, doing everything that's in the program. We are asking ourselves diagnostic questions so we can get an instructional match for our readers. And tonight, our new teaching tip is to challenge students' phonemic difficulty. And this is going to lead to a second diagnostic question that guides us every day with our Switch It lessons and actually all of our word work lessons. So what do I mean by this? Remember, we started out with our beginning struggling kindergartner at 3-sound words because he couldn't even segment a 3-sound word. Like with sun, he could tell me that the first sound was s, but he couldn't hear the or even the n in sun. He couldn't segment. So he certainly couldn't manipulate and change sun to fun and then fun to fin. So we started with 3 sounds, and I did that on Monday and Tuesday. But I'm asking myself every day, can I increase the level of phonemic difficulty? Can I go to 4 sounds? They're the next step. And after 3-sound words, can I go to 4 sounds like help or held or must? And then even slightly higher, 4 sounds where the consonant cluster is at the beginning, like st, CCVC, like a stop or flop. Then 5 sounds like stomp, st, p. And even 6 sounds, sprint, sp, r, I, n, t. and even harder, nonsense words. So that is a second question that we're always asking ourselves, and that enables us to push our kids forward. When they get to the top of this staircase, they're really firing on all cylinders, getting sounds and symbols to line up, and in their brain, so to speak, sounds and symbols lining up, and basically just improving their phonemic processing and their sound-based decoding. So let me make it kind of concrete. Say you were working with a student on Tuesday and you did bath, bat, bit, fit. So you were doing 3 sound words, CVC, but you said actually they weren't too frustrated. I certainly had to help them, but they weren't too frustrated. What if I could advance them phonemically? So the very next day you skip ahead in your list and you go to, say, a 4 sound list, like hand to sand to send to bend. How many of you think you could do that? I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Thank you. Hey, Amy's already done it. She leveled up today with CVCC and the contrast of something. Nice. Glad to hear it. Now, if you can't level up with phonemic difficulty, then at least try to add more letter sounds. So if they did A, I, and O yesterday, bath, bat, bit, fit, fix, then try to throw in short E tomorrow. Off, on, ron, rot, not, net, pet, peg, beg, bess. Maybe you change best to bass. So those are our 2 diagnostic questions. They allow us to have so much ability to accelerate our students, and it's a simple way for us to analyze our lessons. I know you're busy, you don't have time to sit in deep thought and serve every child up the perfect meal of instruction and search high and low for activities for them, but this activity will hit everyone where they need, because you're just going to keep titrating up with phonemic difficulty or with more letter sounds, and it's going to just bring on the reading system and the spelling system so much more quickly than mainstream instruction. So ask yourself, are you and can you, if you're not already, challenging the child's ability or the group's ability each day, not coasting? That's how we spur acceleration with Switch It. Who's got this now? So Kate, I love it. Thank you. Gonna try tomorrow too. Okay. And Dave and Catherine, one or the other. I can see I've got to challenge them a little more. Great. This is how we accelerate. This is how I can get a student to learn how to read in about 12 hours of one-on-one instruction. So just to review, you kind of already have added a lot of information. It's not just how to do the activity. It's not just giving feedback, which we're going to talk about more tomorrow. It's ending every lesson, when possible, with these 2 diagnostic questions. My phone, my webcam is cheering for me. And can I add more letter sounds tomorrow? And it's not because they're perfect. It's not because on step A that they knew A and I every single time. It's that they knew it a lot of the times, maybe around 70%. So then I can throw in short O tomorrow. And guess what? We're still going to be going, if we can, on A, I, and O. So it's not like A and I disappear. But we still want to keep challenging them, keeping their brain alert, and having them something more to compare and contrast to, because that's going to make their learning faster. So we're asking that diagnostic question, and then this other one: can I increase the level of phonemic difficulty? So that is how Reading Simplified teachers plan their lessons for word work, and you're learning the specific case of Switch It. I'm talking fast, but I just want to pause there. Do you have this point? Because write this down. This is the most important, one of the most important parts. After doing Switch It, the next best thing to know is that these 2 diagnostic questions. Kelly, I love it. Seems very promising. Even with my cattywampus comments on the screen. Does anybody know how to spell cattywampus? Okay, let's dive into our star student, shall we? At the beginning of the week when I tested him, he knew 6 letter sounds, no short vowels. He could not segment a 3-sound word. this is not good for the third month of kindergarten with how we pushed reading down to kindergarten now. So on Monday, I did 3 sounds, but look at all the letter sounds I threw at him. And he even got 2 short vowels. On Tuesday, he got more letter sounds. These were new. I didn't have a lesson separate. I just threw them on the board and he tried to play with the sounds and the words. Notice he even by Tuesday, he already has 3 sound words. We've got some cattywampus predictions here. What do you guess he's going to do today? Martha says she likes how the CVCC lists or the help them learn digraphs like TCH, CK. Yeah, and we even have TH in one of our first word lists, even at the 3 sound level, because we want kids early on to get the concept that one sound could have 2, 3, or 4 letters. So, and plus learning TH early on gives them access to the and then and that and with. Okay, thank you for saying this, Lisa. This is almost universal. She says, this is good to know. I think I was staying on the same phonemic level too long. Classic. That's because every program out there does it, and because they want you to get perfect and master things. We're not trying to master at each stage. We're trying to ultimately master, but the way to ultimately master is to gather a lot more information, have a lot more high-level experiences, and to challenge our students. Okay, so we've got some guesses here. People think I'm going to move to 4 sounds. Teresa and Jody and Crystal. Drum roll, please. I don't think I have a drum roll sound effect. I should, shouldn't I? Okay, let's dive into day 3 of our star student. If you're new, what we've seen so far are 2 other days of him, and you can see now what he was doing before, and you can see how I'm raising the bar. At least that's what we're projecting for his 3rd day. Let me know what you think about it while you're watching it. Is he doing well? How's it going for our little star student on his 3rd day only of just doing switch it? Let's get started with the first word. The first word is and. I like, oh, you're already hearing it. I like chocolate and peanut butter. Do you? Oh, you're on to it. You're already on to the end, but let's focus first on what you hear at the beginning of and. Yeah, Which one is a? Bingo. Now I'm going to listen to this sound. And. Very good. And. Which one is n? That's actually d. There's n. Very good. Can you say it when you pull it down? Pull it down and say n. So you have an. What's the last sound in and? Well, that would make ant. D is right. He said it the second time. So which one is d? You got it, but I didn't hear it.
D.
D. Very good. Let's check it now.
A.
It could be, but this is the word and.
A.
And.
D.
Very good. And the word is?
And.
So let's switch that. Are you ready? To sand. But we're going to move this down, okay? Where are we going to put the you know what? This is a trick. I should have told you. Instead of switching this one, we're just going to add because we're making it longer. You would ask to get to the 4th letter. Today we are. Pretty cool, huh? Because you're advancing. We need a s. Where does it go? Let's see if you got sand.
A.
And the word is?
Sand.
And I want to make sure that I'm hearing this right. Sand. D.
D.
Perfect. We need to switch one thing to make sand into send. I'm going to send him a present. We need that. Let's listen again.
Sand.
Yeah, you've already figured it out. Get rid of the a. What sound is going to go? There is a d. Let's listen from here and I'll help you.
Wait, what was it?
Let's listen and watch.
What?
Send is the word. Watch. Send. Yes, there's an n, but what comes here? Send. N is 2 sounds. Can you figure out the sound that goes here when I say N? Eh. Wow, he did it. So he was able to segment that. Very good. Now that makes a though, so that would make it sand. Which one is eh? Eh, as in sand or egg or excellent. This is eh. This is eh. We haven't done eh yet, so that's fine. I'm just going to tell him, and maybe by the end of the day, he'll be more familiar with it. Let's check the sounds. It's the word send. So and the word is
Send.
well, this is send, but we're going to switch it to sent. I was already sent. Oh, that was too easy for you. I thought I would be harder. Wow. He's rocking it. Okay, tell me the sounds. Yes, you got the nt. But, let's try to figure out what that one is by itself. You're kind of like you're smiling. Let's switch it to went. I went to the store. Oh, those first ones are so easy for you. Which one's what? Oh, you knew that. What? Real short. What?
What?
I went to the store. Do you see eh? Can you look at eh? There's the what. The what. And then what's the end of the word? Where. And the last sound? Very good. Now we're going to take something away and make wet. 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 We have went. We need wet. Wow, you heard that. Wet. Aha, I think you got it. Let's check the sounds. Eh. Very good. All right, let's switch it one more time to let. Yep. Easy peasy. Let. Check the sounds. First sound is l. You're smiling. Let. And the word is
Wet.
let. Okay, now we're going to add a sound. Are you ready? You're going to make it longer. Go back to the long ones again. We're going to make this left. Left. Like this is my left hand. I'm going to tell you what. We need to make some. That's right. We need some space for something that's going to go here. Let's see. Left. What sound is this? Very good. Let's check. Did you make the word left? Look at it. And the word is left. Let's switch it to lift. I lift the mug. Lift. We need a l for lift. We have left. That's right. We need to make lift. So what sound first goes here? Lift. What sound is that by itself? Lift. Okay, check each one. Lift. Let's check it by itself. We're going to switch lift to loft. A loft is like a room up high. Loft. Okay, get rid of that. Pull down the ah. You're nailing that ah. On Monday, you didn't know the ah. Let's check the sounds. And the word is you are flying. Okay, let's switch it to soft. Your jersey looks soft. Is it soft? Tell me the sounds. You have soft. Switch it to sift. Get rid of the ah. That's right. What sound goes here to make sift? Which is it? It. Just say it. Sift. If you sift something, you separate it. Okay, let's check the sounds in sift. We have sift. And just change it to sit. I sit down. Sit. Sift. And we need sit. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's check. Did you have sit? Let's see.
Sit.
This is just by itself. Switch it to sat. I sat in my chair. Sat.
Still not moving this one up.
You're right. That would make ah, sought. We need ah. Is that ah? Ah. Okay, say the sounds.
At.
And the word is?
Sat.
You have sat. Now we're going to switch it to sash. A sash is like a little piece of fabric. Sash. Oh, you knew that. How did you know?
Because I learned it in school.
Awesome school teacher you have. Okay, check the sounds.
Ash.
It's sash. Shame or right? Okay, tell me the sounds one more time. Sash.
Ash.
Sash. Okay, can you switch it to lash, like eyelash? Yep, you're right. Sash, lash, lash, lash. Very nice. Lash. Okay. And let's switch it to lap. I swam 10 laps. Lap. La. We need the ah. We have lash. We need lap. What sound? Which one is p? Very good. Now check the sounds in lap. Oh. Pa. That's right, because this would be lapped. This is lap. Lap. What did you do today? You did short. You did it. Thank you. That's very thoughtful. You did it. You did ah. You did eh. And you did ah. Those are all 4 new since Sunday. Let's get started with the first word. The first word is and. Thank you for sharing your insights. A lot of enthusiasm for what he's doing, right? He's really catching on. Gotta love the real life example, says Mackenzie. So, some of you guessed right. We were actually moving on to 4 sounds. This is where we were, and check out what happened on Wednesday. Look at all those letter sounds. What would a normal reading program do? A student doesn't know any short vowels on Monday. What would that normal program do all week? Just short A. But when we compare and contrast and we do this minimal pairs activity and we keep challenging higher and higher levels, the student can absorb more and more. And so he's excited, I'm excited, and I don't have to prep as many different activities. And look, we even threw in the consonant digraph. So now we have 4 short vowels that he's been exposed to, tons of consonants. Mostly I'm trying for high frequency consonants so we can make real words. And what do you think is going to happen on Thursday? Are you guys thrilled with him? Productive struggle, as Anita said. Yep. Don't forget, put your comments for your homework 5 days in a row, and then Greg will be adding all those names up for anyone who did all 5 days. It's a hard little project for him, and then he's going to draw, and we're going to announce this winner on Saturday. So I want to tell you what happened after I finished working with this young guy, and then also invite you to consider joining the Reading Simplified Academy if you have time to stick around. So you're going to see for sure tomorrow and Thursday and Friday his day 4 and day 5. But I just wanted you to know that after this 5-day mini experiment on Switch It, I did the full 3-part lesson plan with him, and he skyrocketed. This is a kid who had all the hallmarks of dyslexia, including a family history, poor letter sound knowledge, poor phonemic awareness ability, and his teacher said he was struggling. So he really needed intervention. We did Switch It at first, look at all the cool things that it does, but it's not fully reading. Even though there's so many sub-skills here, there's still something missing, which we'll talk about. So that was part of what he got. But then in January, from January to May, I did this full 3-part lesson plan. This is part of the secret sauce of Reading Simplified. Everyone, whether they're working with a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 30-year-old, they're going to just do rereading for fluency, word work, just a handful of word work, and guided oral reading. It's a lot easier for us to think about, plan for, and kids don't have to always be learning a new activity. We don't have to go everywhere. So I did the full Reading Simplified system with this little boy starting in January. Guess where he ended? Check it out. This was his standardized test scores on June 6th. like a fourth grader in word attack. That's his sound-based decoding. That's the foundational thing that everything is built on to become fluent. His word identification was like a second grader in the beginning of the year, and his spelling was like a second grader. This is the power of high leverage activities done efficiently that target phonics, phonemic awareness, high frequency words, and lots of reading practice and rereading practice, all in the context of getting aggressively harder words and harder text and feedback from the teacher. Okay, but maybe you're thinking, well, that's just one kid. Well, we have several schools sharing their results, and one of them is Meeker. Even though it was a low-income community, they have been getting results that are better than a lot of high-income communities since they added Reading Simplified. Their principal, Allison Ferguson, said that they were never getting the results they wanted for students, even though they were using a really well-known systematic explicit phonics program. The first year, this is what we're going to see in a minute, the first year the school added Reading Simplified, Miss Ferguson said, "I'm amazed at the results we've gotten." So let's see what their results are. In kindergarten, even though they were below the district, which is in gray normally, they were 11 percentile points above the district on the dibbles. In first grade, they were 15 percentile points above the district average, even though they've always been at the bottom of the district. And in second grade, they were 21 percentile points above the district average. That was in their first year of implementing a simple 3-part lesson plan. So we don't want to keep this secret from you. Switch it, like I said, and maybe you've seen for yourself with your own student, is super powerful, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. And so we want you to understand there's still some things missing, and we'd love for you to join us so we can teach you the whole system. And if you don't come, to us, then just be aware these are some more things that you would need. Switch It is unlocked a lot, but there's more secrets of the most efficient, cutting edge, scientifically based program that we've ever run across. So you've mastered Switch It, but what's next? Well, you need a blending strategy, and you need some other decoding strategies, because so far we've given the word to the students. So it's a challenging activity, but it's not blending from left to right. They have to do that. That's really pivotal. You need to figure out a way to teach the long vowels and other advanced phonics, like the sound is in bird and girl and her and earth and learn and word. You probably need to figure out how to make a really fast lesson plan for 4 to 5 small groups every day if you're a classroom teacher. How to vary the lesson plan for beginners or older 15-year-old frustrated readers. We use the same 3-part lesson plan, but the how, something we haven't really shared. You probably would benefit from decodable texts that align with this approach to teaching. So when we teach O, we teach 5 spellings all at once. 1 sound, 5 spellings. Our decodable texts fit that pattern. We also have the word list. Like you've seen our sample word list from Switch It. We have more like that for Read It, Write It, and Sort It. You probably would benefit from advice from experienced teachers who've used this kind of really efficient approach to address your unique challenges, and then how to put it all together in a quick, easy plan where you can prep for just a few minutes once a week. Wouldn't that be nice, instead of prepping for all of your literacy centers and small group instruction for hours, but just a few minutes? Yeah, Jody said that was great data. It was. It's outstanding. And so actually more and more schools in their district, I saw one here, Sarah's from Maplewood in their district, are adding Reading Simplified on because they saw the outcomes. But maybe you're thinking, well, I've already got a mandated curriculum, so maybe you'd find it interesting what Benet said. She says, my public school has a reading program that teachers are expected to follow with rigor. Understandable. Unfortunately, the phonic element of the program was deeply lacking. Reading Simplified works perfectly as a supplement to our public schools required program. The efficiency and the small number of things that are involved make it kind of easy just to wiggle it in. As she says, goes on to say, it doesn't take much time, but it is highly effective. And maybe you're just wiped out by doing all the things. So that's why we want you to have a simpler way. we already saw with Switch It, you don't have to do a 15-minute oral only phonemic awareness lesson and another 10-minute letter name lesson. You can just put them all together and Switch It and actually get more faster results. And you're probably sick of scrolling on Teachers Pay Teachers mindlessly, looking for something for this group and that group. You want to close the gap, but the curriculum isn't cutting it. Who is tired of the endless scrolling on TPT? You can put a TPT in the chat if that resonates with you. Well, we don't just have success with individual students. We don't just have success in K through second. We have success with older students. Like we have a middle school teacher. She was an interventionist with 30 middle school struggling readers. That would be quite a daunting caseload, don't you think? She did just 17 weeks of Reading Simplified with these middle school students. And in 2021, using a standardized reading test, she found that they improved their reading on average nearly 4 years. Can you imagine? Just over really 4 months, having your students grow 4 years. This is not that unusual for our older students. We want that for your students. You deserve it too. So you shouldn't have to be pulling teeth to get kids to get to grade level. And Anne is also helping us understand what it's like in the real world. She said she was excited. She wanted someone to have the big view to figure out how to teach all the sounds and would give everyone the power to unlock the trail to reading. So she has a little poetic way of thinking about it. And she says this program has done that. No more 10 minutes of this and 10 minutes of that and chopped up tidbits that kids don't get that drive teacher crazy with stress. This is the way to succeed in your profession. So that's Anne's experience. And Jan called it Life Simplified. This program is like hitting the reading jackpot. It could also be called Teacher Life Simplified because I no longer need to search Pinterest or subscribe to receive 50 emails per day for ideas and activities. If you could just have a handful of things in a simple 3-part lesson plan, would that be better? Jamie, yeah, you want that middle school result like Catherine, the middle school interventionist. These older kids need me. I so agree. That's where this is how I got started in my career. My middle school students were reading at least on average 2 years below grade level, so I was frustrated. So we're excited to already show you the power of Switch It, but we also want you to join us so that we can nurture you along the way. You don't have to go it alone, okay? So you could just bounce off from here and try to figure out things on your own and do it alone. But I think you'll find it's better because we've paved the way. We've had over 16,000 people learn this system. So you can, inside the Reading Simplified Academy, which I'm going to give you access to in a little while, you could get the help you need basically 24/7 from Reading Simplified experts, including myself. So this will shortcut your learning process and enable you to fit Reading Simplified into your unique context so you're not alone. This is not the kind of drive-by PD. You're going to get kind of like what you see today. What you put in by testing out an activity and sharing your result, and then you'll get feedback. And so you can make this work for you and you're not on your own. I hope that you can believe that the Reading Simplified system is the answer you've been looking for. Like I said, we've had over 16,000 teachers and parents agree to that and get some outstanding results like Ashley. She says, this is the missing piece. I feel like I've attended one of the best reading trainings ever, and the best part is that Marnie and her team are here to continue helping. I hope you've seen that in this challenge, in the Facebook group, on the Facebook post, here in the chat. Our team is super eager to support you because they know that this works. They're missional just like I am. And Ashley went on to say, my planning time just got cut in half. So yeah, you might have to invest in some of your time to learn the system, but then if you save oodles of hours each week on the back end, what will that do for your life? So that's why we're offering a special opportunity for you all to jump in and get the full enchilada. We call it the Reading Simplified Academy. This is the simple way to learn how to teach anyone to read, learning the Reading Simplified system. It is a subscription-based membership that will save you prep time and ensure that your students really advance rapidly. Probably faster than you dreamed possible. The Switch It Star Student is just a little taste of what we have seen over and over again inside the Reading Simplified Academy. Searching it does help, but it's too much time and money, right? I hope this is a plan that will work. Catherine, we hope so too. We certainly believe it is. We hope it is for you. So if you learn the Reading Simplified system, when you learn the Reading Simplified system inside the Reading Simplified Academy, this is all it's going to be. A simple 3-part lesson plan with just a handful of word work activities that serves any beginning or struggling reader of any age. 3 years old, 30 years old. There you go, the simple part. This is it. This is what you'll be learning in the main course of our Reading Simplified Academy. In fact, there's the table of contents for our main video course. This main video course is about 9 hours and will teach you this whole system and how to differentiate for different kids and even how to do small group extensions. And you'll see different full-length videos of kids at different reading levels doing this. Anna has got such a great experience because she, in her retirement, she teaches over 40 students a week, one-on-one or in really, really small groups like with families, and she can handle it. She says, planning is so quick that I do not feel stressed individually tutoring 40 or more students each week. Being efficient is nice for us as a teacher, but ultimately it's nice because you know it works. And Anna and many others are getting their kids moving on. So yeah, you're going to have to invest a little time to learn more. The Switch It is already showing you a big part of the power of this. There's going to be more. The main course is 9 hours, but we're not talking 100 to 200 hours of PD. How many of you have been required by your district, school, or state to do 100, 150 hours of professional development? It's not uncommon these days. Sounds good, but studies show that one of the leading provider that takes several hundred hours to finish does not show improvement for student outcomes. So that's a lot of professional development for a goose egg of progress. You're already seeing the power of Switch It from the testimonials from the people in the chat, from the STAR student, and then also your own experience. One of the secrets of this simple system is not just the 3-part lesson plan, but also very simple scope and sequence. We have in our head a simple 1-page streamlined pathway, so we know where everyone is on this pathway. I'm not going to show it to you or teach it to you today, but just to give you the concept that this is another bit of way in which we streamline things so that you can know what each kid needs and you can meet their needs, and then you can just gather resources from the academy really quickly that align to one of these 12 levels. Another really important part is that you continue this learn by doing, a model that we've basically done with this 5-day reading breakthrough. We want you to try an activity like after Switch It, try read it, gather read it materials, try now Switch It and read it with a student, then go into our Teacher's Lounge, which is our online discussion board, reflect on how it goes. You'll get coaches response, and then continue the cycle. Learn about rereading for fluency, and then build your lesson plan up like that by that. So it is kind of easing into the method, building it up bit by bit. You're also going to get hundreds of pages of differentiated materials so that you don't have to go hunting on Teachers Pay Teachers to find decodable texts that align with what word work thing you're focusing on. So we've got all that you need for kindergarten through 5th grade reading level. And 5th grade reading level usually encompasses almost all advanced readers, older readers if they're behind. About 50% of Americans aren't able to read at the 6th grade level. So this will cover a lot of readers' needs. So you can just print off a PDF with, say you need something for Shore O, just print it off, access it through our bookshelf software, which I'll show you a picture of. You don't have to hunt for word lists. We've got you covered. And then you just learn more about how the code works and how to use our system as you just learn by doing, using these materials. So what would be the value of like 6 levels of reading materials? If you bought this all on Teachers Pay Teachers, hundreds and hundreds of pages, it could be easily $300 or $500. Here's a little snippet of how the system works. So you're going to have some of the same types of activities, but you're going to just increase the difficulty. So here you might have kindergarten to 1st or 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th. Here's an example of the sorted page. This is how we teach advanced phonics. For the I sound here, notice there are single syllable words, short, super high frequency. I, my, find, lie, time. And then the student reads the island. This is not a beginning passage, but it's in the kindergarten, first grade level. Mostly short, lots of space. But second or third grade, those words would be slightly harder, and even already by this point in the continuum, they would be multisyllable, like dried and divide and fright or fight and provide. One sound, multiple spellings, and then the island has upped the ante. More words, more multisyllable words. It gets even harder in fourth or fifth grade. Very challenging words like dioxide, trial, satisfy, lightning, prize, fiber, and then the island for guided oral reading, which is the third part of our lesson plan, is even more challenging. So those are the examples of the hundreds of pages that you get. And you can access them through a couple different places, but the one that I like the best is this new software, the bookshelf. You pick what reading level and what phonics pattern you're looking on, or what streamline pathway, and it'll just spit out a PDF that you can download and print and store. So also inside the Reading Simplified Academy, to reiterate, you're going to get support from coaches. And that could be, it's kind of hard to put a value on individualized coaching year round. I mean, literally it would be over $1,000. But they're there for you, and it's quite active, and we get back with you within 24 hours very regularly. You also have the Facebook group of folks all over the world that really love teaching reading, love the Reading Simplified system, and they're going to help you as well. And that's very valuable. They're going to encourage you. That could be worth $50, $300 to have a professional community. We also go live at least once a month with a Q&A or a new advanced workshop with at least me and sometimes other Reading Simplified experts. And we have over 35 advanced 1-hour workshops on different topics like orthographic mapping, sight words, starting a tutoring business, etc. Those are more a la carte, but people charge, $50 to $100 for a professional development workshop. So these could be easily a $300 and $400 value, just the archived and live workshops themselves. And you need to know that the Reading Simplified system works for any child who's not yet fluent of any age. A lot of our videos happen to be with younger kids because I don't like to ask older students if I can video them. They're already kind of anxious. But we use it with kids of all ages, and that's where I really started my career. But ultimately, this is what we want for you all. That peace of mind, knowing that you know how to teach anyone how to read, and you don't have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, prepping different lessons, always searching for the new thing to solve the problem of this gap that you have between where your students are and where you want them to be. Because you're going to know the plan, you're going to have the resources, and it's not too complicated. You don't have to scramble for so many different documents and so many different books to find the things to plan a lesson. So it's a peaceful way for you to teach reading, and I think all teachers deserve this. I think our publishing materials have been, they've had a different motivation. And so they give us tons of stuff as if that's helpful. Well, it's really not, because it's confusing, it's overwhelming, and we don't know what is important. Reading Simplified really clarifies what is important, what are the steps to go from A to B to Z to be a successful reader. So if you put all these things together, it's quite a high value. The main course alone could be $1,000 to $2,000. On individualized one-on-one coaching in our discussion board or teacher's lounge, probably easily $1,000. Over 1,000 pages of differentiated material from kindergarten through fifth grade could be $300 to $500. Advanced professional workshops, also $300 to $400, etc. So the value is easily worth $2,600 or maybe even nearly $4,000. Frankly, it could be even much more, because just think about what are the alternatives. I personally got my master's for $26,000 and did not know how to teach reading. Then I paid more for a reading specialist license, and I already knew by then how to teach reading, but I didn't learn it from my license. We don't have time for that. We don't need to pay money for that anymore, when you can find a system that really works, has an evidence base, and is efficient. So all of that, like I said, the course, the community, the resources, the simple plan, the live coaching, it's easily worth $2,600 or more, but we're also going to give you some bonuses, okay? So that's why we wanted to hold your attention to let you know that there's a discount, but also there's some other goodies that you're going to get if you join very, very soon. So we've got 2 types of bonuses. All right. Fast acting bonuses for just the next 24 hours. These are fun. You can get a call with me one-on-one on Zoom, and we can talk about your questions, your doubts, reading in general, the Reading Simplified Academy. You could do this at the beginning of your journey, or you could do it after you've done the main course and you test it out. Whenever you want, it's a one-on-one 30-minute call with me, and I really enjoy these calls. I learn a lot, and I think I give some good help. You're also going to get a very extensive tic-tac-toe game set that aligns with our Streamline Pathway. So it's just reinforcing phonics and high frequency words and with games. So those 2 are fast acting just for the next 24 hours. So we have everyone give it a chance to catch the replay. And then we're going to have some other bonuses that extend with the discounted price through October 15th. Thank you so much. I know not everybody can stay the whole time. I appreciate you being here, but this replay will also be available for another day or so. So we're going to give you a bonus if you join between now and October 15th of Instant Centers for Speedy Phonics Mastery. It's probably worth about $200. This could be 23 different centers that you just get, prep, and you've got weeks and weeks of centers ready for you. 5 crazy longs. That means for each of the long vowels, and 5 crazy shorts from our colleague over at Sound Readers. Very cool resource she gives. You can see the example of the A sound there. And so that would be 10 digital games. Then you're going to give 1 game from the Literacy Hill, her discard game. That is Uno. And we're giving away her free ABC toolkit for the daily winner. You can see her A sound there in the bottom. It's kind of like Uno. 1 sound A, multiple spellings, just like Reading Simplified. We're also giving away our Steal It games. They're really a fun way to teach phonics and high frequency words. So trick them into learning phonics and high frequency words. So there's 8 Steal It games, 1 short vowel, mixed short vowel, and then 7 advanced phonics like O, E, I, And then Top Notch Teaching has shared her vocab and vowel packs. It also goes with our approach, 1 sound, multiple spellings, except she's adding the enriched vocabulary. So there you can see the E sound. E is in he, and E is in each, and E is in sweet, but she's using challenging vocabulary for middle elementary and upper elementary kids. So all of those things are available to you if you're able to jump inside the Reading Simplified Academy, get the full thing, and hopefully we can avoid this frustration that the mainstream materials are giving you. Frustration because it takes so much time and it's not getting the results. Reading Simplified is the antidote for that. We've seen it over and over. So instead of hours and hours of prep and frustration with where the kids are, you can choose a faster way. And maybe if you jump in today, you might find something like Joy said. She said just a month and a half later, after she jumped into the Reading Simplified Academy, my para and I have been seeing about 100 kids for 20 minutes for 5 days a week. Talk about needing to be streamlined. That is quite a caseload. We were just asked to assess. We are getting many exciting results. 3 of our first graders went from a C to a K. 3 of our third graders went from a K to an O. There are also many other successes in between. The kids are amazing themselves. They are so proud of their success. Teachers are also reporting that the kids are eager to go every day. I'm so thankful. So that's what we want for you. We don't want you to have to find resources all day long, and we want you to know that your kids are moving along really rapidly. So maybe you want to join the Reading Simplified Academy so you can help that kid that you had at the beginning of the week, help that child to be a successful reader. It can happen by the end of this year, if not sooner, for almost every child. And even if they're deeply dyslexic, they can become a reader and maybe just not be perfectly fluent before the end of the year. That's quite common if they're, they're just particularly challenged in reading. Or maybe you're excited to look at your data, show the data for all of your class for your peers, and really see the reds disappear and the greens take up more and more of your screen. Maybe you're interested in talking to the parents of some of your struggling readers and saying, I'm so glad that I can report that little Johnny is reading on grade level. And you get to hear their excitement about how they're seeing their child come alive as a reader. Or maybe you're just going to get some praise because everybody's going to be noticing, what is she doing over there? So those are all different reasons for why you might enjoy this Reading Simplified system. But ultimately, like I said, I think the best thing is the peace of mind, knowing that you can teach anyone and that you don't have to prep forever in the day. Trina says the kids beg to play steal it. Yeah, it really is for me, tricking them into reading practice. So I hope that you can consider joining the Reading Simplified Academy. It'll be open, and right now it's open at a discount. Okay, and we're giving you this bonuses, the fast acting ones. All of this, it's really worth thousands. And normally, because our mission is to disseminate this widely, and because of economies of scale, normally we despite that price, what it's really valued at, we offer it for as little as $387 for 1 year. In fact, that's just the first year. If you choose annual and then stick around longer, it's only $147 for future years. We reward the people for loyalty. Or you can choose the annual option. Same type of access. It's just that you would pay monthly. But we have this discount. Now it's just $347 for you until October 15th if you choose annual, or $39 if you choose monthly. And you get the bonuses. So Greg can drop the link, and in fact it's there. And you could join, put your email in, make sure you type it carefully so your access doesn't go into some black hole. And then you could be inside the academy saying hi in the teacher's lounge within 5 or 10 minutes. You should get access in 5 or 10 minutes. If not, email us back with any email that you have, and we will get that solved. Just as a reminder, the annual or monthly prices are a subscription. This is a membership because we're continually offering new resources and continually offering live coaching. But it's something you can cancel at any time. There's no long-term commitments. And we even have some guarantees. We have an unconditional guarantee, so there's no risk. For 30 days, for any reason, you can cancel it and get your money back. We've never had anyone take us up on this one. Or you can do the conditional guarantee for the first 6 months. If you use the full Reading Simplified system as intended and don't see 1 year's growth in at least one reading assessment, then ask for your money back. Or even if you do it for 12 months and you don't see at least 2 years growth on at least one assessment, ask for your money back. That is a crazy statement. No other reading program does that as far as I know, but we do it because when you do what we suggest, you get the results. So hopefully we want you to get what Sasha got. She had a child using Orton Gillingham during lockdown, but then she had to implement Reading Simplified at home herself. So in 10 weeks, he learned how to read. Reading Simplified definitely offered me an easier, faster, simpler approach for both student and teacher. I'm still amazed about his progress. And Nicole had a student go from non-reader to reader in 9 weeks. So that's what I want to wrap up with. I will be available for those of you who still have some stamina. If you have the VIP experience or you're already a member, I'll go soon into Zoom to, after we get the winner, Greg, if you can remember giving me the winner of who commented and then was randomly drawn. But I'll just stay here for a second to answer a quick question. We're going long. This is the longest night because we kind of have 2 points. We wanted to give you the next teaching point, and we wanted to also let you know what really is in the Reading Simplified Academy, and then you can have some time to think about whether this is a good fit for you. So I'm pulling up that fun app, and Greg can he's already got it. Thank you, Greg. Way to go, Penny. So Penny is our winner for commenting tonight. What is she going to get? You might not be able to see that. Let's do this. High frequency words activity. So it's several pages of Fry high frequency words that you can do oodles of different activities with. So congratulations to Penny, and everybody's saying thank you, and congratulations to her. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you being here. And Kate says reading is the foundation. So true. So I will stay on for just like 1 or 2 minutes to answer questions because I know I covered a lot and you might have questions about the Academy. Even if you're not a VIPer for the VIP experience, I don't want to leave you hanging. And also, of course, folks in the chat know all about the Academy and can help you as well. Crystal, if you choose monthly in a year's time, does the monthly amount change? No. People are choosing a path and then you stay on that path unless you write to us and want to switch. So you could join monthly and test me in this, and then you realize, okay, this is really what she says. I'm getting the results, and you can stop your monthly payment and then do the annual option. Good question. Jennifer says, I've been a member for almost 6 years and I still learn new things because of the resources that are added regularly. Awesome. Thank you. Sherry's looking forward to the bonuses. Sweetheart. Good, good. Oh, Stormy, thanks for pointing this out. We have a welcome party next Tuesday, so we'll do a short walkthrough of the Academy and would love to see all the new members. Stormy's been doing Reading Simplified for many years and getting great success with her mostly second grade, third graders. Charity loves the Academy. Can't wait to see my students rocket off. Lift off. Okay, you're welcome, Jody and Crystal. All right. Thank you for being here. Oh, interesting, Sherry. Reading Simplified changed my way of teaching reading. I only wish I'd learned what I learned with Reading Simplified 20 years ago. Yeah, that's what we hear quite regularly. All right. Thank you for being here. Thursday and Friday will be back to our 30-minute short version. But this opportunity, let's drop that link one more time, Greg, for joining if you're ready to join. This is a discounted price, plus you're going to get the bonuses. I hope you'll see what Shelley said, that this is Dumbledore level magic. And Greg, if you can drop the email for Dawn, that would be great. Thanks so much. Keep making forward progress. Remember, not just paired contrast, but tomorrow, can you increase the phonemic difficulty? Even if you think they might not be able to handle it, they may surprise you. So it's worth testing because there's no like long-term commitment. You can even backpedal in the middle of the lesson. Okay? So we're cheering for you. Here's to making great readers.